Yo, what is good, everyone? It is Zigzag here. Welcome back to Geoguessr Explained, and welcome back to the road to #1 in the world. Obviously, last episode we managed to cross 1600 rating, which was super exciting. And globally, right now, we are seated at 75th in the world, so not too bad. Moving up a little bit here. We've still got 14, we're 14 at the moment. Oh, hold up now. I don't want to do that. We're 14 games out of 20 at the moment. So once we've played our 20 games, we will match against everyone. So we can play against Karania or whoever. But we're going to be against Kale Salad again today because Kale is a Master too. So I'm going to let him know. Okay, I'll say, okay, ready? And we're going to jump in here. So, 3, 2, 1, and let's click play. Okay, so hopefully we match him. If we don't, we'll match someone else who's probably like 600 rating lower, but that's okay. Kale told me he's been on a bit of a losing streak against Karania in NMPZ duels today, so hopefully we can continue to exploit him. Obviously, we did win 3 out of 3 yesterday against Kale, but it was kind of fraud, so just waiting to match against him right now. Will we get him? That is the question. Well, guys, I'll take this opportunity to say, please like the video if you're enjoying my channel. And yeah, let's get into this first duel, which we've just found. So, Kale Salad, he finally decided to show up. It's 150 rating difference now. And let's get into it. First one here, Kyrgyzstan. We got the blur here, which would indicate Kyrgyzstan. This kind of short white dashes on the intersections, very Kyrgyzstan as well. You could like confuse this for US maybe. But yeah, let's go into Kyrgyzstan here. And kind of rolling hills to our south here. Not really too sure what exactly that looks like. It may, I don't know, there's definitely a few places possible here. I'm probably just going to hedge it like out east here like this. And okay, we both went for the same, ends up being in southwest. Yeah, gettable, but at the same time, like fairly difficult. So not surprised that we made the exact same guess there. And let me check that my audio is indeed going nicely. It seems to be. Excellent. Next one here. We appear to be somewhere in India. Could be Bengali. Could actually be over in Bangladesh too, I suppose. We've got interesting pavement here, palm trees as well. I think I might go just like in West Bengal here to hedge for the different places I think this could be. He's a Muslim actually. Could this actually be Bangladesh? I kind of feel like it might be. If he's Muslim, like in West Bengal, I don't think they're Muslims, right? I could be wrong about that. But I'm gonna make the switch. I'm gonna go Dhaka High. It's a bit risky though. And okay, it was actually West Bengal. I mean, right close to the border, so that makes sense that he was Muslim, I guess. And he goes in Mumbai, does Kale Salad, so not a bad start here. Always nice to pick up so many points on round number 2. Next one here, we got wooden poles. And we got these circular reflectors. Circular reflectors are really common in the Pacific Ocean area. And I'm thinking with wooden poles that we might be in the Northern Mariana Islands here. I'm going to send it in. Could it ever be Puerto Rico? Because obviously they do look somewhat similar. I think there's too many coconut palms. And also the circular reflectors would lean me away from it. Kale also knows it, so that's good. Yeah, Guam tends to use concrete poles, though. So that's a good way you can get an NMPZ. Obviously, you get a tiny bit of the roof rack visible in Guam. So on no moving, it's pretty free. Next one here, we got like a southern pavement in Brazil. This one tends to show up like quite a lot around here and then also throughout the southern states. I think this does kind of look like where I have my marker now, but it could easily be like a southern piranha as well. So that's kind of the question about what I want to do here. I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't think it's Santa Catarina. I think it's one of these two, and I'm just going to hedge between though. And okay, it was actually piranha indeed. And Kale is closer, but only to the tune of 229 points, so that's fine for us. Next one here is 1.5 times damage. What do we have here? A bit of South Africa. Interesting pole top there. Almost looks like a West Cape pole. In fact, I think it is. I see a house that looks really West Cape here, so I'm going to send it in. Yeah, this one over on the right here, it's like kind of got white walls, chimney. Feels like it gets a bit cold. Also just feels very West Cape. And Kale is closer. Okay, fair enough. We are actually over 100 kilometers away there, so it's going to be another 200 points. But that's fine. Probably clicked where it's a bit too mountainous, but yeah, fine guess still, I think. Double damage. Here we are in Malta. Now, the news with Malta, just an hour ago, what time is it now? Just 1 hour ago, Malta received Generation 4 coverage, which is very exciting. So first time we're seeing coverage there since 2016, crazily enough. It's almost a decade. But 2.5 times damage. Now the duel really begins. Kale's playing nicely. Let's see what happens. We've got Thailand. We've got a snake trap. It looks like normal Thai, though. So when you see a Thailand with a snake trap, it's normally this one, I believe. Yeah. This is the one that normally has snake traps in the north. So I think I like that. We got a South Hill here. Could certainly fit. I'm going to send it in here. And okay, it was just near Bangkok. I suppose that's the other place you'd go. Snake traps don't really, I think it's Isan, the eastern part of Thailand. They don't really exist there apart from where I clicked. So yeah. Next one here, triple damage. What do we got? Okay. So a bit of a Bolivian pole paint here. I think this is Santa Cruz, actually. I'm going to go in fast here because it's not the easiest Santa Cruz ever. We don't really have any poles visible. But I think blue, white, and black is like a really Bolivian, like just like political, I don't know what party it is or whatever, but yeah, really, really Bolivian thing to see. And he gets it. So that's a good effort there. I think on such rounds, it probably is worth exiting full screen. There's no rule against it, so yeah, there would have been maybe extra info that he was able to get. This is San Marino. I mean, San Marino's just so recognizable. Let me run through it. So we got the bollard here with the black on top, the Italian one. Generation 2 on a hill. And like, I don't think Italy would normally put a bollard here. It's just like old Generation 2 coverage with random bollards everywhere. It's very much San Marino. And we happened to get really close there, but that was just luck. And it's going to be only 21 points. So we have a almost 2-to-1 advantage here, but on NMPZ quad multis, like, gosh, man. You can't trust anything. Okay, next one here. We appear to be in Norway with quite a few pine trees. I don't think it's too far north here. I don't. It could be because we have a road number as well here. I don't know. I think I'd probably just prefer the south here, all in all. But I don't know how far south is good. I might just go here. Or even like a bit further north. Could. But I'll just leave it here. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of marginal. I might even pull it a little higher. And okay, well, it's just quite a bit further south there. Yeah, we're just hedging, just in case it's up here. You'd lose so many damage because Norway is so long. But yeah, it would have been obviously another 1,000 points if we had have stayed where we were. 4.5 times damage now, just to northern Serbia. Very like Hungarian-looking architecture, but at the same time, like Generation 3... a little bit autumnal. I'm going to send it in. I mean, it looks very Hungarian. I'm going to just go middle north. And yeah, it was on the Hungarian border. Yeah, fair guess. I mean, I could have committed, but there's really no point, I feel. I don't know. 5 times damage, especially when we have such a HP advantage. Like, may as well just conserve and hedge. Okay, next one. Is it 2021? Okay, so I thought Italy here. I think Italy is my main thought, and then maybe Portugal. It's not a Spanish style sign. Is it ever? Okay, we got blue cards, so we know it can't be Turkey, even though the road kind of looks that way. I think. Okay, so he's guessed. Okay, so it's not Spain. So I think I think just like maybe ocean hedging here is pretty decent. Blue car. I think it is more mainland here. I'm just gonna hedge it like this. This should be fine, I think. And oh no, it was just a Sicily there. I wasn't able to commit. He goes for it. That's 2.7k. So now things are back in the balance, basically even HP. It was pretty flat, so definitely difficult to get that. 5.5 times damage. We're in Malaysia. It says Kuala Lumpur. Let's get into it here. Just going to send it. In case he doesn't see that, because it is really quite smallly written. But I know it's really great to check street signs in Malaysia for information. They often have like a bit of the city name or area code, which is really quite useful there as well if you learn it. Okay, 6 times damage. Let's get it. Russia. Okay, so it's all down to this. We have brown soil. And what do we have apart from that? Not too much else here. So we have like kind of northish looking trees. We have like a rolling landscape. I do get more of a Western Russia vibe here, so maybe like Kazan area. Whoa, didn't click off the map there. Maybe like Kazan area could work quite nicely here. I think I just hedged Nizhny and Kazan. I think that's kind of the vibe I got here. And okay, it was a little bit further east there. We're surviving. Would have been better in Kazan. But it's 1,000 points of damage there. Russia's brutal at 6 times damage. I mean, the multi should just stop, ultimately, really, because there's no point in 6.5 times multis here. Okay, this is Malaysia. Theoretically a strength for me. We got lots of rubber trees here. Rubber trees with dry coverage. Probably gonna commit to Kelantan here. I'm gonna do it. It's like really, like, rubber trees are super common in Thailand, and so you get them a lot. Oh my gosh, he gets the right side. GG's. Yeah, they're really common around Thailand, and so yeah, that is just where you go when you see a lot of rubber trees and it's dry. Okay, 22 lost there. That's fine. Let's queue up again. GG. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's true. He said multi-merchant. We did get a bit multi-merchanted there. That was unfortunate because if we had that India guess obviously earlier, then we would have just won, but or later, then we would have just won. But that's the way Geoguessr goes. Okay, let's get into things here and see what we're able to do. Have to get back what we lost. This one we got pines. Definitely looks like Norway, but I don't really know where it would be. Probably just click middle of Norway here. But I don't really see it being any other country. Like, it's fairly big mountains here, and like it looks like Norway, so yeah. But we do have significant pines, so it shouldn't be too much further north than what I've clicked, and it could just be south as well. Okay, no, actually was Sweden there. Yeah, pretty much we made the standard guess, and happens to be some of those. I mean, that was a... Well, how many meters do you reckon that was? Maybe it's just because it's snowy that it makes it look taller, but yeah. Okay, next one here. Going to be Australia. I think it is this road here, the one that like is really thin up to MacArthur, and so if we're going south-southeast, maybe around here. I think it does kind of look like those central plains as well. I'm going to send it in here. It could be wrong. Oh, it's that road. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, it does look different in hindsight. I just... I should have taken more time because really, like, Kale is better at Oz than me, so he was going to know the road. But okay, next one here. These cacti reminds me of southeast Kenya. At the same time, I think it actually might just be east of Nairobi. So that's my 50-50 here. Well, you get this kind of weird, really biodiverse coverage near Nairobi, so I think I actually like there better. And okay, it was actually west of Nairobi, so glad I didn't try and go southeast, but that's fine. Just going to be 15 points of damage there. But yeah, I think the NMP said, like, you don't really need more than, like, 3 times multis. 3 times multis on a map as hard as this are very ample. Next one here, we got Guatemala because of the red painted bottom of the poles here. Very, very common there. Very uncommon elsewhere. Is this more north or south of the Andes? Or, not Andes, but mountains. I think I'll just go Guatemala City here. Not really sure. Doesn't give me any particular vibe. Like, there is a kind of forestness that reminds me of north, but at the same time it was just south. So, yeah, that was a fine choice to just hedge. And we're just running up into the multis now. So now the thing about 1.5 times multis, 6,000 points is possible. So any round can end it here. We have French. We have, interesting architecture here. Look at those chimneys, are very fancy. But it is France. 06, that's a mobile phone code. Nothing helpful here. Exit full screen just in case. Nothing, I believe. Yeah. So, reminds me of Southern, I would say. Especially this house, but yeah, houses should be rather Southern, I think. I don't really know where exactly this would be, but somewhere down here. I don't know. We'll find out soon enough. We'll see. And, okay, well, South, yeah. I was wanting to commit. I mean, the orange house was very weird for France, so pretty much had to be down there, but... I don't know, some of the other houses looked fairly normal as well, so didn't want to go all the way. 2.5 times damage, oh no. These rounds can be brutal, even on 2 times damage. Well, it appears to be Canada to me. Can we see the poll if we exit full screen? Okay, we can. Doesn't really give us anything, though, I would say. Lot of pines going on. I thought BC at first. I don't really think it's BC anymore. I think it's more Quebec. I think it's more Ontario. Ah, man. These rounds are hard. I think I would just go here to hedge for everything. It could even just be Great Plains. I don't know. I'll just leave it here. I don't know. And okay, it was actually BC. Very first thought. That's going to be huge damage. Not enough to knock us out, but 2,000. Yeah, if we went BC, if we 5k'd, it would have been over. But, well, you know, tough one. Next one here, Israel. Boring round. Let's get it over with. Can I at least get close, though? I think it almost feels like near Jerusalem or something to me. We'll see. Okay, it was actually down in Arad, so we get some damage there. It's not too bad. It's quite rocky, which you do see a bit more inland. Triple damage now. Now we have to multi-merchant. This looks like Malaysia. We have a lot of palm trees. And is it new coverage? Because that could help us. Oh, we do have actually a pole here with a pole paint. I don't think it's a Johor one, so I could at least say that. Go Southern Perak here, I don't know. And it was actually in Kelantan there. So yeah, he goes Johor. Saw that pole paint last minute. Helped me not to go south. But yeah, I mean, not too good there, but still something. 3.5 times damage. We're in South Africa. It's very dead here. Very rocky as well. That almost reminds me of like West Coast South Africa. I think I'm hedging quite westerly here. Could we even be on the coast? Like the rockiness is really quite a coast thing. I think I'm going to hedge it. Hedge it here maybe. Just for everything west. I do kind of think it is here. Should I have committed to this area where it's really rocky? I don't know. But it's like very hard to say. Okay, we get lucky with our hedge there. That's really great. It's going to be a good amount of damage there. 1.8k. So we are back in the lead now. Back in the lead. Nice. Okay, quadruple damage. What have we got? We appear to be in Guatemala here. We got a huge mountain to our south there. That's surely very prominent on the map. I don't know which one it would be. Some volcano, obviously. So maybe around here. So we could be like there. Oh yeah, we do see the lake actually. Whoops, we do see the lake. Okay, we're somewhere around here then. Because that is the lake that I've just clicked near, surely. Okay, yeah, he 5Ks, but yeah, that was the lake indeed. And it's going to be a matter of 124 points. Honestly, it was a little bit sloppy by me, losing 100 points like that, but I'm kind of bad at using the compass still. 4.5. We're in Indo. We have a church. Is it actually... Okay, it's actually Malaysia. That makes more sense. Now, can we see anything here? I think that's all nonsense, not place names. Okay, vibes. Do have some coconut palms. It's not Zambabanga because we have Christians rather than Muslims. Hedge it a bit further north here. That's my ultimate vibe here. Just leave it there. Okay, nice. Let's lose on. Yeah, just I mean, with those many multis, you don't want to just lose by clicking max north or max south. So yeah, that was a good decision. 5 times damage. We are in Indonesia. Central Java pavement, question mark. We do have the black car. So that, like, kind of, the 2 tracks is very common in Central Java. Not sure if I love Central Java, though. It doesn't really look that Central Javanese. A lot of palms there. Do you have some mountains southwest? I mean, I think you have to go Central Java. Like, I think Kale will go there. I think it's really what I'm thinking here. Like, southwesterly mountains, though. Oh, it's a bit dodgy. Oh, man. Like, could it be another country? Not really. I'm going to go for it. We'll find out if this is a crazy... It could be a crazy round. And we don't have a tiled roof there. Oh, we get lucky. That was a difficult round indeed, but, you know, that could have been anywhere. It did look more like Sumatra, to be fair. But, yeah, we did a bit of merchanting there, and we get 11 points, so we're back almost to 1,600 now. GG's, and I think we'll go again here. Okay, we somehow managed to queue against Kurt here, who is Champion 1. Not sure how that happened, but okay, here we go in again. Here we go in again, and that was a really long queue. Now we are in, I would say, Geoguessr. We have yellow plates. It should be Colombia then, shouldn't it? We have like a darkish plate here. Or is it? No, it's South Chile. I mean, like the road is very South Chilean. I think these are just weird plates, maybe specific to the town. Okay, so somewhere down here then, presumably. Not really sure. What do the trees look like? They look like a bit further north, I would say, out of this south part of Chile. And the mountains are actually not that big. Maybe it is further north than I thought. I'm gonna hedge it up here, or something like that. And okay, it was just Puerto Montt there. Yeah, that makes sense. In the end, not the best guess. I think we saw some like eucalyptus trees, which I don't really think you'd see further south into the mountains, but we didn't lose many points. And Kurt, a legend of the game, like this guy was so far above the competition back in the day. I mean, just watch some of his videos from like 3 years ago and you'd be blown away. This road's kind of red. I'm wondering about this region here. For Spain. Yeah, Spain tends to have like very brown roads, but when they're a bit red, I do like here or just over the border in Portugal even. Let's go for that. And, okay, yeah, it was actually right on the border, indeed, but a little bit further south. Kurt's also relatively close, so the points are just about even here. Okay, number 3 here. But yeah, Kurt, such a legendary player. You guys may know him from when he won the World Cup, the inaugural Geoguessr online Rainbow World Cup, which is pretty funny. We're driving right here, and we don't see the square blur, so I would assume this is Vientiane, but hard to say. I'll just go for it. I mean, last is only going to be a matter of a few hundred points at the most. But yeah, I mean, yellow plate driving right with Thai script. Yeah, it's you're golden. You're golden, basically. But yeah, Kurt just like a super experienced player, so I'm scared. I feel like this duel is pretty 50-50, which is bad because we're obviously higher rated, so we don't want that. Okay, this one's interesting. I have to lock in here. I think this is actually Europe. Like the vehicles don't really look too American, although that looks maybe like the back of an American truck here. Exit full screen just in case we don't really get anything. Okay. So that also doesn't... I mean, it's really hard to tell if it's English. That bus doesn't really look like an American bus to me. Like, road also feels... I think it is an American truck, but I think this is actually Finland. I think, actually, that's what makes the most sense to me here. So, I'm going to send it right here. And it was Finland. And, yeah, he goes Canada. That's a difficult one. Like, the truck was American, but ultimately... yeah, I don't know. Like I was definitely torn there. The road just kind of looked Finnish. Next one here, we have UAE. I would assume. Looks like it probably is. It's not as easy as I'd like it to be though. 2018 copyright. Okay, we do have like some Arabic and some English there. Yeah, we get a tree as well. Yeah. Everything makes sense. So what do we have? Easterly Ocean here. We could be on Sir Bunias Island. That would be so devious. I don't believe that's the case, but it looks like we have land in the distance, so what kind of reserve are we at right now? Something here, maybe? I'm not really seeing it, to be honest. Like, are we here? That could make some sense, I guess. I don't really like this round, man. Just don't really see where exactly on the east we'd be, and maybe we were looking into here? That could actually make sense now. Okay, that's probably the best thing I've seen. I'm gonna leave it like that. We would see mountains otherwise, though, so I don't know. Okay, it was actually east, but yeah, his guess makes more sense, but mine ends up being closer, which is good. Yeah, I knew it was like too flat, but it didn't look like the east coast. I don't know. Double damage now. We're in Canada this time, and I thought New Brunswick initially here. Do we have any Newfie trees? Not really. It could be Newfie. Don't love that though. Single yellow line. Yeah, and these bent like light post as well. I do think it's New Brunswick or Quebec. That's my main thought here. Any Transformers? No. I think I'll just go New Brunswick then. We'll see though. Where is it actually? Okay, it was Newfie. Yeah, it was always possible. It was just St. John's there. You know, not particularly achievable. We didn't have typical Newfie trees, although we saw a couple, but it's not as much as I'd like to have seen to be confident. Okay, next one here. Vibe is North Japan, but I don't actually see anything to confirm that. We do have one of these things, which is often found in North Japan. Okay. Do we have any pole plates here? Become a bit of a junkie for this exiting full screen stuff. It's probably not as good for viewing, but it's one of the problems with the game. I don't know. I think I do just lean north here. I think I'm going to go like... Could even be... I'm going to hedge it up north here, I think. Okay, it was up north. Nice. Excellent guess there. We had like one of these heater things attached to the side of the house, and we actually win the game off that. So GG's to Kurt. Well played. And I guess I'll just jump in here again. But let's say... let's just say to Kale that we're ready. And we'll hopefully get him again. I don't know. I wouldn't mind facing Kurt, but I'm not really sure why we... so I said go. Let's get it. I'm not really sure why we faced him when he's a champion. I think that's technically against the rules. But we are at least back to what elo we had. And so let's see who we face, if it's going to be Kale or not. I keep talking because I don't want to edit out the breaks. It takes a bit of effort. So let's see. Sometimes. Okay, there we go. Excellent. And let's see who we get. It was Kale. Excellent. So about the same rating as what Kurt was. Let's find out what happens in this epic duel. And we are going to be in Mexico here, I believe. So we have these Mexican bollards, the little white ones. Poles also look Mexican. Question is, whereabouts do we want to go here? It's a fairly generic round here. It is fairly generic, you know. This could actually be up in these mountains here, you know. Even though it does feel initially more CDMX, I feel like we are actually in the Tamaulipas Mountains or something like that. Does that make sense? We'll see. We'll see. It was nice. SLP. That's a really good guess by me. Honestly, I feel like most players are missing that. But I just got the vibe off the trees there. So, yeah, Kale's guess also reasonable. I mean, I was half expecting it to be where he guessed. So, still good. Next one here. Bit of action of the Argentine variety. So, where do we think about this round? It's autumn. It's like very overexposed coverage 2023. Not sure I get too much. I think it might be like a bit more western here and maybe a bit more northern. Like Cordoba Hedge is very reasonable, but I could see this being Mendoza, San Juan. Yeah. Nah, just leaving it. Just leaving it in Cordoba here. I feel like it's fine. And okay, it was actually Mendoza. Was kind of my main vibe, but then I just thought to myself, it can just be Buenos Aires. It can just be Buenos Aires there. So, you know, you do what you can. You do what you can. Next one here. We've got a nice advantage here, you know, 1,000 point advantage. West, we have some biggish hills. Where is that going to place us here? Are we near the Dead Sea? That was my first thought. Maybe actually a bit further north here, I think. Maybe actually near the Sea of Galilee. Keep on accidentally clicking off like that. West, northwest. Not really sure where exactly would be. I'm going to go near the Sea of Galilee. I feel like that's the vibe I got. Somewhere in northern Israel, to my mind. And, okay, yes. That was actually my kind of other placement thought, but, you know, we still only gained 250 points. Pre-Maltese Israel. Probably can just send it in. It shouldn't affect the outcome of the game, theoretically. Okay, next one here, Canada. Oh, this is sus. Very sus. I feel like this is actually like Saskatchewan. We have like an American lamp. Is it actually America here? It looks so American. I think those ones are normally in the US, but... okay, what about these trees? Do have front plates, so maybe not Sask then. Because my two thoughts are the places with front plates, so I'm going to go north. Woo! 14 meters, he had a repeat round, clearly. There was no place name there, so clearly just a repeat round. That's unfortunate. But at least I realized it was an American lamp and that we had front plates, so could have been worse, could have been worse. Next one here. Is it Thailand? Very struggling to realize if that's a square pole or not. I think it is. Thailand. Is it south or north? We don't see that many palm trees. Oof. Okay, exit full screen. Do we get anything? Definitely Thailand. He guesses. Very dense undergrowth here. Reddish soil. This can be south or north to me. I'm going to go for the big hedge. The big hedge. Go around here. Well, I do think it is. I do think it's more north here. I'm going to go here. Okay, we went for the same guess. Yeah. Good guess from by Kale there. It could have easily been south, but we held on to our nerves and both went north. In the end, just too few palm trees, not enough crops. Yeah, next one here. Double damage. We're in Jordan. Is it Amman? I don't think so, but I don't see it being that far south here. I'm just going to go Amman, to be honest with you. And, okay, was Western Amman there? Yeah, just outskirts of the city. Didn't quite have, like, the downtown vibes. And we go for the same guess. Okay, so we are in the lead yet, but that cheeky repeat, which I don't really remember any repeats on ACW. I don't play the map. But that was very beneficial for Mr. Kale. Northeast, I think we're near Copiapo here. Like, yes, it's very dry, but it also has red soil, which I like for that area. We're also on a divided highway. It is this angle. I'm going to try that. I mean, it is rather south to send with this much dryness, but I don't think it's up here. I think that sand is normally a bit whiter than this. And we do have a divided north-south highway, unless it's outside of Antofagasta. And good guess by Kale there. Manages to hold his nerve and even get closer than me as well. So now it is dead even, basically the exact same HP. This is where the multis should stop, but they don't. So let's see what happens. We're in Hong Kong. Do we get anything here? 086, not really sure what that would mean. K barbecue. I guess we'll go for any further info. It's kind of essential on urban rounds when your opponent might do that, you know. I think I would go Hong Kong here. But it could be Chiang Mai or it could be Phuket. That's a bit concerning. I don't really see Kale going anywhere else. Surely not. I don't think there's anything to go anything else off of. And it was Bangkok, which makes sense. I mean, very urban Thailand. The other cities are not quite so big as you'd think. Like, it's a very populated country, but the the tier 2 cities, they're nowhere near like Bangkok, so it's often a good choice to... Okay, look at these mountains. So clearly West Cape, he'll know that. Let's actually line up the mountains then. So to our south, we actually see huge mountains. So probably inside here then. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense here. Gonna go for it. Lots of wine around the mountains here. And we 5k. Nice that I'm learning a little bit here with my compass. And it is a good amount of damage. And we go quadruple damage here on round number 10. Let's see what it brings. It's going to be Malaysia. We've seen plenty of that. Oh, this is the repeat. And this was the one that was in Kelantan. Now, is it around here? I think it was around here. Could be wrong, but I think it was just central, and it was. Well, no surprises there. That's kind of wild. It's 100,000 locations. To see the same episode, same opponent, same location is pretty rare. Pretty rare indeed, I would say. 4.5 times damage now. We are in some island somewhere. Puerto Rico came to mind. Also, NMI. Where is it, though? It is very flat. These palm trees, they look... I've seen these in the Americas for sure. They kind of look like Southeast Asian ones, but not quite. I think it actually might be Puerto Rico. Ooh, it's hard to be objective when you get these ones. I think it's Puerto Rico. I think that's actually my main thought here. Yeah, lamps could definitely fit. I think so. I think that's my real best option here from everything I've seen. Do we have language there? Yeah, okay, it is in Spanish. Oh, Ecuador. Crazy one. Wow. That looks so American infrastructure. And it also happened, which is crazy coincidence, when I exited full screen, it happened to say Puerto something, I think, on the billboard, which is crazy. Okay, antenna in Australia here. This could be difficult. I think it's New South Wales. As I've said, like, Kale is better at Australia than I am. At least I think. So, where do I... Yeah, in fact, he definitely is. So, red soil. I don't want him to cook up anything too hard here, but east, southeast, yeah, I don't know, like... I feel like just a central New South Wales hedge is absolutely fine here. I'm just hoping I'm not missing something big. I'm going to go right in the middle of New South Wales like this. And he gets the 5k. Like, that's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. 3.1k damage there. I mean, we've been running into him getting repeats, getting Australia 5ks on rounds I just don't know. It's really unfortunate, I think. Okay, this is better for me though. US, middle of nowhere. Looking pretty American rather than Canadian, I would say. Oh, it's kind of flat. It could be actually just Kansas or something like that to me. Initial vibes were further north, but I don't know. It could even... I mean, it's not enough crops for Iowa, surely, but then Kansas... I don't know. Kansas... Or would it be just Nebraska? I don't know. I think I'll just hedge, like, tri-point here. Something here? Like, that could be okay. Wowee. Okay, he went Canada, yeah. That's unfortunate. I got that north vibe more at first, and that's knockout damage. Wow, we were a bit lucky there. But, he went up in Alberta, so fair enough. We were a lot closer. And then we go 11 rating. So, wow. It kind of felt like we lost, but we actually come out with 16-17. And we'll go for one more here, I think. And I would say one more to Kale and see if he's up or down, depending on what you say. Okay. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. And let's hit it. See if we get Mr. Kale again. So, yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm happy with how I'm playing. The last guess there, not ideal, but you take those when you take those when you get them, man. You do. Okay. So, oh, and also the rumble strips on the outside of the road there were very much more so American than Canadian, I would say. But then I can see landscape-wise why Kale went where he went. Okay, so we should see him any moment now, but he got Kurt. Okay, so we'll wait. Okay, we matched against Karania here, 1781. That should be fun. Let's see what happens. First one here. Let's give him a wave. And we are in the US, Western US, but is it a bit further south than one would think, perhaps? We do have front plates, though. Okay, Could they be Colorado plates? That's what I'm wondering. Because some of these houses feel kind of like southern bungalowish kind of things to me. It doesn't feel too north. Okay. Out in Colorado, I think so, honestly. 2022? Could be just like, not Aspen. It has to be a bit warmer than that, obviously. Or it could be like western Nevada or something even, I could see. Maybe the architecture would make sense for that. But it was Colorado. He goes in Washington. That's a great start to the duel against someone who's so much higher rated than I am. But, you know, Karania and I played quite a bit the other day together, and I feel like we're basically the same skill. So hopefully that means I can get up there very soon to that kind of rating. But, you know, this would be a good way to start. Can we do it? Let's go like around. I mean, it's quite hilly for Israel standards. Maybe it's like up near Haifa. I could see that. I could see that. I'll go there. I'll go there. Okay, we both went that direction. Was just Jerusalem. Was another one of my thoughts, but we didn't really see anything there. So, to be fair, yeah, that was kind of. I mean, again, you know what I say about Israel pre-Maltese. Not the most interesting place. Okay, next one here. Okay, we got these. We got these reflectors, which are kind of common above this line here, like this. So we have Southern Pines as well. So probably North Carolina or Tennessee here. Maybe I prefer Tennessee by the road quality and everything. I think so. I think I'll go Central Tennessee here. I think it looks more like it. Could just be North Carolina as well, though, to my mind. And it was North Carolina. Damn it. 50-50 lost. He didn't know his air reflectors. No doubt he'll watch this video back and see. But that's unfortunate that we lose out on a 50-50 where we could have been doing massive damage. Not to worry, though. Next one here, Uruguay, I would say. Yeah, I don't see why not, but I'm struggling to see any concrete evidence for that. And the red back of the sign definitely looks it. Do we get any extra info? We do have some kind of a painted sign. The lines on the road, does that look almost more arch? I don't remember seeing that in Uruguay. I could be tripping. I mean, he's found good Uruguay baits in the past, Wolf Track, and we've already seen those on the map, so I just don't really remember seeing those in Uruguay. We do have, like, tree plantations as well. Maybe it's more Entre Rios here. We can hedge it close to Uruguay anyway. And, yeah, it was Arge. Yeah, he goes where I was, but the tree plantations are fairly concentrated around this area here, but, you know, you can find them anywhere, I guess. Next one, 1.5 times damage. And we have Ukraine, I guess. Yeah, Gaz. So they say gas. Dead flat, warm looking. I normally just would click dead center on a round that looks like this, I think, and just hope it's not actually Russia and I missed it somehow. Everything looks Ukrainian, though, I believe. And it was a bit further south there, so good guesses. Just chipping away at the moment. This is going to be, you know, he's sub half health here, so we have a double advantage at this stage. On to double damage. What is going to happen? We're back in Russia. A bit scary, this. A bit scary. Does it kind of feel like out Tomsk way or something? I think Karania is stronger than me at Russia, but NMPZ Russia is always something a bit different. So Tomsk, I think that hedges nicely for Novosibirsk, which was my other thought, or Krasnoyarsk. And we'd see the front of the car. If it was red, if it was a Sino, we'd see red car. So it's not red car, which makes me feel good about Tomsk. We're going east, slightly northeast over a bridge here, guys. It's not that bridge. Could be that bridge. No. Well, I don't see the bridge, which is slightly concerning, but it's probably a small river. Let's just leave it in Tomsk. I feel like it's decent. And okay, it was Kazan. Well, that's almost knockout damage, which is crazy. 4.3k. Feeling a little unfortunate there, but, you know, what can you do? Okay, next round. Just got to lock in. And we have some Netherlands without yellow plate. Is that what I'm looking at here? I think so. He goes quickly. I mean, it looks just so Dutch, right? I'm going to say it is Dutch. Didn't quite get the chance to make out exactly what I thought this said. And when it was Belgium, no way we lose off that, man. I guess it wasn't a Dutch-style sign. 693, we're fine. Oof, bad guess, but he's still pretty low, man. All we need is big countries. Let's see what happens. We don't get that request answered. This is going to be Ecuador, Colombia, and presumably Ecuador with these plates. The This kind of reminds me of what I've seen in Cuenca before, where it's like a bit lower mountains. Gonna go for something here. Probably should be clicking closer to Quito. He'll probably go Quito. I'm trying something. Lower mountains, but also Quito kind of vibes in the valley, so it's more temperate feeling. We'll see. Where is it actually going to be? Too much of a commit. Too much of a commit. It was just Quito. That's GG. Didn't really need to commit. You could see if we just click middle, we're fine. But, well, I just thought it looked like that. So there we go. -9. We're still up for the day. And I think, well, if Karani is in queue, I'll just click go one more time. So that way, next time we can queue against absolutely anyone. Although we were facing against champions right now anyway, so I don't know. So, yeah, let's just go in one more time here. And see what happens. Okay, here we are. And our opponent is Karania once again here. Excellent. You know, we were both in queue at the same time for the whole time just then. We had to wait because of the there must be some time threshold that... Anyway, whatever. First one here looks a lot like Guatemala. Indeed, we have that red painted pole. You can only just see it, but if you already suspect Guatemala, look for that pole. It's quite common around the place. I was thinking more east here, but it can be either, I think. Either east or west. And we go for the same place, and it was a little bit further north there, north of the ridge. But anyway, last one was good. Apparently, Karani told me that the orange back of the sign was a Belgian thing, which I didn't pick up on. But it makes sense. We did have a white plate. It was a bit of a ballsy guess from me to go where I did. This looks a lot like Rwanda. I would be surprised if it was Kenya, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go in for Rwanda here. It surely is. 2023 copyright also makes it pretty likely as well, I would imagine. And it was, just near Kigali there. And he goes for a southwestern hedge, which will be 100 points of damage against him. Round number 3 here. So he's 1790, one of the top-rated players, or the top-rated Australian player. We have a bit of French road here, is it? Quite a bit of ferns, but no, I'm not so convinced. The road is rather poor quality for a French one. Very white soil as well. Difficult urban, or difficult rural Europe here. I know Karania likes that. Why so many ferns? Like, it does feel Southern Europe-ish. Could it ever be Monty? I don't think so. Bulgaria. Like, it does kind of look like Bulgaria, but there's not much Gen 3 in Bulgaria that actually, you know, is not winter. And that's what we have here. But it's a Pano ID map. So maybe I do like Bulgaria. Let's not forget that they do a lot of Pano ID on this map. So do they have ferns like this in Bulgaria? Not so sure about that. But then again, I don't really pick anywhere else as being specifically better. Romania's possible. Serbia's possible, I suppose. Maybe. I'm going to go for it. And it was Bulgaria. I was going to go there. That's a repeat. Or not a repeat. I know that road, though. He goes Russia. Reasonable guess, actually. I can see that. Honestly, out of the things that made sense, Russia is not one I thought of, but it is one possibility for that location. Okay, is this Argentina? Gives me Arge vibes immediately here. I'm going to go for it. Commit, guys, commit. It would be Mexico if it's not, but we have a wooden pole. Okay, and it ends up being just cut a mark. I should have thought more about my guess, because Karania is really good at getting the country. Like, I would say I'm better at region guessing than Karania, and he's better at getting which country it is. Even though that's not what happened so far in the duel, in fact, the opposite. But, no, I feel like as a general rule, that is true. This should be Eswatini Golden Grass. What does it look more like? I don't know. Just go here. Yeah, was Max South there? Yeah, region guessing South Eswatini, I feel like, or getting that region is very difficult, but it's not a matter of many points, and that's why people really haven't learnt to do it. Double damage now. We're in Peru, and we're on a divided highway with all white lines. It is extremely dry here, and we have these trees. And that's essentially what we got to work with here. North-northwest. Something like this. And so over to our west, we do see some, like, we're not right on the ocean, theoretically. I don't know. Something like this could certainly work. I think I'll just go for this kind of guess. It's not the 5K, but hopefully it's not too far. It was a bit further south there, further towards where I was before, but, you know, very similar guesses here. 58 points of damage, nothing crazy. Okay, 2.5 now. 2.5 times damage. What do we got? Bit of Swedish short dashes, question mark. Could actually be Estonia to my mind here. The house is not red, which is a bit sus. The copyright is 2023. It is very rocky though. be surprisingly rocky for Estonia, I feel. I'm not so sure I like Estonia anymore. I mean, you do see flagpoles in Estonia, for sure. It's so rocky. It looks like Finland more than anything. I don't know. The road's not red. I just think it would be a very strange Estonia round, so I have to go, like, middle North Sweden here? I don't know. Okay, and it was North Sweden. Yeah, whoops. Well, you know, tough round. That's why it felt so strange. That's why it felt so Finnish. I guess Finland is a country that sits at a higher latitude. Do some spins here, guys. But yeah, okay. Triple damage now. It's going to be a bit of Kyrgyzstan action. Not my favorite. Pretty east ridge here. That could actually be line-upable. And then to our north, we also have a ridge. But the east ridge is, like, fairly pronounced here. So where would you see that kind of thing? Maybe, like... What does it actually look like? Maybe it's actually south again. East Ridge, Jalalabad, maybe. No, not Jalalabad. No, nothing over here. What about Tashkamur, though? That could make some sense. Again, not so liking it. Probably better to just go like this, hedge in between everything. East Ridge. I don't know where it is. I'll go there. Hopefully it's not southwest. We'll see. Okay, that was a good decision. Very good decision making, Oscar. If you don't know, if you're clueless, just hedge in the middle. And that is what it was. Okay, 3.5 times damage now. Got to lock in. We got unlucky with the multis last time. We were doing better at the start. This is our opportunity now. Big barns here. Clearly Sweden. Do we have rock walls? Not really. Well, that feels kind of a southern plant to me. Doesn't feel like it's too far north. We have the Swedish flag. I'm just thinking, like, between, like, Stockholm and South Coast here. Yeah, trees feel rather southern. I'm gonna go like this. Okay, our original guess was better, but, you know, it was between Stockholm and where I said, so it's at least nice to have the region call out. Again, we're double his health, like, twice in a row here, so hopefully we don't get merchanted once again, but I feel confident. Quadruple damage now. We're in, oh no. Poland is very weird. Okay, it actually feels French. Yeah, it does. I think this is a cheeky breakaway here, man. It did not look like a French pole top at first, but what is it? The very top being pointed and also the road quality. Shit. Oh, I thought I was getting away with one there, man. It wasn't a French pole top. GG's. Oh, we get merchanted again. Unfortunate. I mean, yeah, if the multis happened the other way around, we would have won. But that's okay. If, like, Slovakia was round one and the other guesses we got weren't, but that's the way it goes. And I was pretty... It was a weird looking France if it was France, but I thought that everything added up. So, had to go for it. Anyway, that was -8, so we have the video right where we started, basically. But... we made promising guesses. Honestly, we got more unlucky than we got lucky in this episode. And of course, we've completed all 20 games. So next time we can play whoever we want. That'll be tomorrow. And, you know, surely no one surpasses us and gets, you know, prevents us from going up to Master 1. Which I'm actually now kind of committed to in a way, getting there. But, okay. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. GG's to everyone who played. I recorded this on Streamlabs and I just saw OBS was closed and I was like, but no, I recorded this on here. Okay, hope you all enjoyed it and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.